So I'm not really too sure how to start this video, but as you can see on the screen, all of my worlds got corrupted. So I just loaded up Minecraft yesterday to finish recording a video. It was episode 21 of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play, and I just saw that all of the worlds were corrupted, so I never managed to finish that video. It was quite annoying because I was on that world for about 9 months, and I put a lot of time and effort into it. I did a lot of projects, and I also made a lot of progress towards my challenge, which was to collect 1 stack of every single item. So I tried everything I could to try and get the world back, but it's just not going to happen. So all I can really do is start this series again. This is actually the 3rd time I'm going to be restarting this series now, and if I can't complete it this time and the world gets corrupted again, I think I'm just going to move over to Java Edition, because I don't think they have that problem over there. I also said over on TikTok that I would do a series where I show people how to start the game. So a lot of people seem to get bored of the game easily, or they die and then just rage quit. And some people even said they've never killed the Ender Dragon before. So for the first few episodes of this series, I'll take it a little bit slower than I did last time, and I'll try to give some tips and tricks on what I do to start a world. So these are the settings that I have on here. I change it to hard, but you can have it on whatever difficulty you want. Some people play with a bonus chest, but I don't. The world type is infinite, obviously, and I'm actually going to be playing on the same seed that I played on before, and that's just because I had so many good ideas for the island and then all of the surrounding islands, and then obviously I just never had a chance to do that because the world got corrupted. So even though I was on the world for 9 months, I barely even got started on the projects that I wanted to do. So hopefully this time I can stay on the world for long enough and complete all of the projects that I wanted to do. The next setting is the simulation distance. I have mine on 8 usually, but you can change it to whatever you want. And if you want to change it during the game, you can just back out and change it and then go back in. And the final setting that I change in the menus is the coordinates here. So they're usually turned off, but I just turn them on. I think that's just helpful sometimes when you're lost in the world and you need to look for the coordinates to your base or whatever. So I just keep them on. So those are all of the settings that I would usually have on. So I'm just going to create a world and I'll get straight into it. Okay, so I just finished recording this entire episode and I'm currently in the middle of editing, and I realised that I tried to explain a few things in the episode and I think I did a bad job of explaining them. So I'm just going to quickly try to explain them here. So even though I'm starting this survival world on the same seed that I had before, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the exact same world as it was. So I probably will end up building a lot of the same farms, but I'm going to try to improve all of them. And there's some farms that I built on camera before that I won't build on camera this time. So for example, the pumpkin and melon farm, I built that in the last episode and I did it on camera, so everyone saw exactly how I built that. So if I built that again in this series, I'm not going to show everyone how I'm going to build it this time. I'm just going to do it off camera and then I'll showcase it in one of the episodes. And then the reverse to that is that there's a few farms that I built off camera last time, and if I build them again, I will build them on camera this time and do tutorials for them. So for example, the chorus fruit farm, I built that thing off camera and then just showed the finished project at the end of the episode. So if I was going to build that again, I would make sure to do a tutorial for it. And I've also got some good ideas for some of the farms to make them even better than they were before. So for example, the hostile mob farm, I'm going to build that again, but I'm going to change it a little bit and make it even better than it was the first time around. And one last thing that I quickly want to mention before I start the episode is that I've got similar plans for the base this time around. So I still want to flatten out the island and make the big circle in the middle, and I'll probably actually do a tutorial for the base this time because I didn't do one last time, and I know a lot of people want to know how to build it. But this time I'm going to put a lot of time into it and I'm going to try to finish the entire thing, because last time I only got it about 10% finished and then the world got corrupted. So I just wanted to mention this stuff. Even though it is the exact same seed, and I've got the same plan in mind to collect 1 stack of every single item, I'm not just going to copy the content from before, I'm going to come up with new content and new farm designs and stuff like that. So it is going to be like a completely different series. But anyway, now we've got this out of the way, we can get on with today's episode. And when people on TikTok are saying that they don't know how to start a world, I'm pretty sure they mean that they struggle to find diamonds and stuff like that. I think everyone knows how to do the basics right at the start. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on how I do everything, but I'll try to give a few tips and tricks along the way. So I've made my first set of stone tools here, and I'm actually going to keep them, so I'm going to make sure that I don't break any of them, and I'm going to keep the wooden pickaxe as well. I just think it's a good idea to keep all of that stuff for long term, so when you're like 5 or 6 months into the world, you can look back and see all of your first ever tools and stuff like that. But luckily I'm in a jungle here, so I can get a few of these melons around. So I've got a little bit of food to start off the world. But a good way to find food at the start of a normal world, if you don't have a jungle nearby to get some melons, is to go and find a village. They usually have a lot of food inside them, so if you find one of them you can get enough food to last you quite a few days. So I found a little bit of sugarcane around the island and I've just planted it, and I might go get that over there as well. This is going to be useful for later on when I'm trying to enchant some stuff. And it's actually almost night time already and I don't have a bed. So I'm just going to stay on this island. It should be safe. I don't think anything can spawn around here. And then in the morning I'll go get a little bit more wood. So I've gone around the island and got most of the other melons now. But melons aren't really a very good source of food. So I'm just going to get some seeds and start a little wheat farm. So wheat is useful for making bread, but it's probably more useful for breeding up cows. If I can get some cows over on this island, I'll put them in a pen. And then I can breed them up, and that's a decent source of food to start off the world. But anyway, what I want to do now is get ready to go mining. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time getting some of the wheat together. I'll probably go and get some cows from somewhere, bring them over here. Maybe set up a little bit of a starter house, it won't be too much. I also need another piece of wool to make a bed. So I'm just going to do a few of these boring things off camera, and I'll be back once I've done all of that. So I managed to find 2 cows over here. I put them in this little pen, and I've been breeding them up a little bit. This is going to be useful for food later on, and also I'll get a lot of leather from these. I also mined a few more trees down over there, so I've got almost a full stack of wood, and I've got a little bit of food here. I think this should be enough to go mining for the first time. It's always useful just to have a little bit of wood when you go mining, just so you can craft torches and tools, and whatever else you need to craft when you're down there. So this is everything that I'm going to take mining here. Then I made a little chest just to put all of my old tools in. So this is my first map, my first pickaxe, and then my first stone tools. So I'm going to be collecting loads of stuff like this throughout the series, like my first diamond, the first diamond pickaxe and all that stuff. I did this before in the other world, I'm just going to do it again on this one. I found the place where I'm going to start mining here. So I've just dug into the side of this little hill. So my base is right over there. I've just come over this water and I'm going to start digging down here. So I'm going to dig this staircase down to Y level 11. This is going to take quite a while if I'm using a stone pickaxe. So hopefully I can find some iron pretty soon. So I found a little bit of iron here. Enough to make a pickaxe, so I just need to make some more sticks. And I can make the first iron pickaxe on this world. Right here. So I can throw this stone one away, I don't need that anymore. And I also found an extra iron ingot, and I took it up and put it in with the pickaxes and the map, because that was the first ever iron ingot that I got. So now I can mine down a little bit faster, but it's still going to take a while. I'm just used to mining with netherite, efficiency 5 and haste 2, so this takes ages compared to that. So I'm digging down and I've actually managed to find a skeleton spawner here. So I never found this before on the other world that I had. I didn't realise it was here, but I've managed to dig down straight into it. So I need to try and get in here and kill all of these without dying. Luckily they're kind of fighting each other, so that could help me out. I need to try and light it up so nothing else spawns in there. So this last one actually dropped a little bit of armour that I could use. So it's only gold stuff, it's going to break pretty soon, but I can at least use it for now. I'll see what's in the chest, so a little bit of gunpowder that could be useful. I think I'll just take everything here, including the saddle, and in the other one there's not really much, so I'll just take everything out of this one as well. So I might come back at some point and make this into an XP farm. I'm not really sure though, they don't really produce much XP. I might just make a better one like the gold one that I had on the last world. I've made it all the way down to Y level 11, and I've dug out a bit of a room here. So in the future I want to make this into like a strip mine, like a proper one, not just a temporary one. And I'll probably come back later on in another episode and decorate this place. But for right now I've just dug it out. So now I'm ready to actually go strip mining for diamonds. And for the people that say that they've never found diamonds before, it's not really difficult. You've just got to come down to Y level 11, which is the level that I come to. Some people do it a little bit higher, some people do it a little bit lower. I think 11 is the best, because lava lakes spawn on Y level 11. So if a lava lake spawns, you can just put some water on top of it. It turns it all to obsidian, and then you can just walk across it. But if you're a little bit lower down, like on Y level 9 like this, lava can spawn here, so it's just kind of hard to get through all of the lava. So that's why I prefer to do it on Y level 11. So now all you've got to do is just mine in a straight line in one direction. Now sometimes you can get lucky and you can find diamonds straight away. Sometimes you can be doing this for hours before you find anything. But you see, I've already found some more iron and a little bit of redstone. And because it's the start of the world, I'm going to collect everything that I can find. So all of the different kind of ores. I'll get a little bit of XP from this as well. But the main thing I want to find here is diamonds. So I'm just going to keep mining in a straight line until I can find some. And I've got some torches here just so I can put them on the wall every now and again. Like every 5 or 6 blocks I put a torch on the wall just to keep the place lit up. It only took about 10 minutes, but I've already found some. So I was just mining in a straight line here. I found a little bit of coal, so I started mining all of the coal. And then that linked in here with the diamonds. So that's why you should always mine the coal. There's only 4 here, so that's enough for a pickaxe. But what I'm going to do first is mine one of them, so this one here. So this is my first ever diamond because this is the first one that I saw. So I can put this diamond in with all the other stuff. So my first ever tools, the first iron ingot, the first saddle and stuff like that. And now I've got my first diamond in there. So now I can head back down the mine here and I can just get the other 3 diamonds. And I think I'm going to make a pickaxe with these 3. So I've made a diamond pickaxe here. I'm not going to be using it straight away, but it is always useful just to make a diamond pickaxe with the first few diamonds that you get on a world. And then you can start collecting some obsidian for a nether portal and also an enchantment table. And I do actually need a few more diamonds so I can make an enchantment table. But for right now I'm just going to head over to this little base setup that I've got. And I'm going to start getting some sugarcane and some leather together. And I want to see if I can get all of the bookshelf set up. So this is just going to be some boring stuff really. I think I'm going to do it off camera. I'm just going to be getting some wheat and then breeding the cows up, getting some leather, and then getting the sugarcane to make some bookshelves. I need 15 overall, and then I can start enchanting some stuff. Okay, so it's the next day now, and I made a little bit of progress last night. So I was just farming all of the sugarcane, and all of the wheat over here, and I've been breeding up the cows over there. So I managed to get a few stacks of cooked beef, and I also managed to get an enchantment table set up over here. And you've probably seen the very ugly house right in the middle. I didn't really want to go too overboard with the house. I don't have many materials at the moment. And I don't want to waste too much time building a starter house when I'm just going to destroy it in a few weeks anyway. So it is quite ugly, but it's enough to keep all of my stuff inside. So I've got a crafting table and a few furnaces, some chests here and a bed. I probably will need a few more chests at some point, so I'll just have to put them on top. And I also had to go mining to get a few more diamonds to make the enchantment table. So I went mining for like 10 or 20 minutes and I managed to find another vein of diamonds. So I'll put that on the screen now. And also when I went mining I needed some obsidian for the enchantment table. So I got 4 for that, and then I also got another 10 here, and that's going to be for the nether portal. But I'm not going to be going to the nether today, I'm going to leave that until the next episode. But to finish today's episode I just want to quickly enchant this. So it's going to give me silk touch, hopefully I can get unbreaking as well. Silk touch, unbreaking and efficiency 3, which is pretty much the best you can get at the start of a world. So I feel like that's a good way to end the episode there. I pretty much got the best possible pickaxe that you can get from enchanting. So I hope people don't mind that I had to restart the series. I couldn't really do anything about it. I'm going to try my best to catch up to the point I was at on the other world. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. And like I mentioned earlier, even though it's the same seed and I've still got the plan to collect 1 stack of every single item, I'm not just going to copy the exact same things I did on the last world. I'm definitely going to try to make new projects and different projects to upload to YouTube. But anyway, that's where I'm going to be ending today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed, even though I didn't really get too much done. And I will see you all next time.